Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss K. I know it's been a while since I posted. My biggest issue is consistency, so I am working on it. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to my channel. I am going to try my best to start posting more content these days, so y'all please hold me up to it. I appreciate those of you guys that have been watching my videos, and those of you that have already subscribed to my channel. So today I wanted to get into a topic that is very sensitive to me. I have PCOS. If you're here watching this video, you probably know what PCOS is. But if you don't know what it is, PCOS is Polycystic Ovary Syndrome. And when people ask me what that is, I just tell them I have a hormone imbalance situation and I am borderline diabetic. So my menstrual cycles are very, very irregular. A good year, I may see my period maybe 4 times. When I'm exercising and I'm in gear, I may see it about 8 times a year. And also, I struggle with weight, and struggling with weight is also one of the symptoms. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the things that I did to get pregnant with my PCOS, some of the medication that I had to take to get pregnant. First and foremost, my husband and I have been together for nearly 7 years, but we have been married nearly 6 years. We tried to get pregnant for about 3.5 years out of the nearly 7 years that we have been together. And that was not happening because of my PCOS. I knew I had PCOS. I've always known that I had PCOS, even though I was never formally diagnosed with it, but I knew I had it. So when we tried to get pregnant, I took some natural herbs and all of those kind of things, you know, did the natural remedies and all of that to regulate my period so I can ovulate more so I can try to get pregnant. But that just wasn't happening. I started to put on weight. You know, I wasn't paying attention to my weight. I started to put on weight. So in late 2016, December to be exact, when I stood on the scale, I was at my heaviest, and that was at 196 pounds. And I was like, oh no, this is too much. I cannot do this. I need to put myself together, behave, exercise, eat right, and try to lose weight. And at this time, I wasn't really even thinking about getting pregnant because I was, you know, I had told myself I was going to, once my husband and I got situated and we had the finances, we were going to get a really good health insurance where I can be able to see a specialist. So I was just really concerned about my weight, which I've always been very concerned about my weight because I struggle with weight. So I got on this diet about early January 2017. I got on a weight loss journey. I got back on my diet. I got back on my routine. And just like that, I started to lose weight, and within almost a year, I had lost 48 pounds. I lost the weight by the end of 2017. My husband and I had a conversation. We talked about how we were ready to get the insurance and try to get pregnant. You guys, excuse me, David's in the background. So my husband and I got the insurance. I went ahead and started to see my family practitioner. And the first time I went to see her, I told her, I know I have PCOS. I've never been formally diagnosed with it. So I wanted her to do all of the testing that needed to be done. And I wanted her to do what she needed to do to be able to refer me to a specialist, because I was trying to get pregnant. That was my main goal for seeing her. And so I was very direct with her, and she was, you know, she was very understanding. And so she did all of the testing. She ordered all of my tests, and I had the testing done and everything that needed to be done. And of course, she said, yes, you have PCOS, and she put me on metformin. So metformin is a medicine for people who are diabetic. But again, remember when I told you, having PCOS is borderline diabetic. So of course, it makes sense that she put me on a medicine that is for diabetic patients. And a lot of people who have PCOS do take metformin. I decided to take the metformin twice a day, and you know, we just continue with all of the testing that needed to be done. After everything with my family practitioner, she sent me to the specialist. So when I went up to see the specialist, he looked at all of my results from her and told me it was going to take about 3 to 6 months for me to get pregnant. So the first thing he did was he put me on a medicine, and I can't think of the name right now. I am going to go in my records, and I'll put the name in the description when I post the video. He put me on the medicine to make my period come, because by this time I had not seen my period for about 4 months, because I went up to see the doctor in April of 2018, and the last time I had seen my period was December 2017. So he put me on the medicine to make my period come. I took the medicine for 10 days. It took about, I want to say maybe 14 days or 15 days, something like that. My period came. It was nice and heavy. Everything was good. It lasted for about 5 to 6 days, and on the 5th day of my period, I took Clomid. I took Clomid for 5 days. So I was supposed to check for ovulation within 14 days from the first day of my period, which I did. I used Clear Blue. I use Clear Blue because Clear Blue is very, very accurate. My friend had introduced Clear Blue to me, and my specialist had also told me to use Clear Blue for ovulation. So I used Clear Blue, and Clear Blue, you know, on the very first day, which was the 14th day of my period, Clear Blue said I had a low chance of getting pregnant. We took the chance. I just kept checking, and then at one point they said you have a high chance, and then at one point they said you have a peak, and we just kept, you know, trying. And so after that, because my doctor had said it was gonna take 3 to 6 months for me to get pregnant, so after that I just didn't pay it any mind, you know. I left it alone, and that was that. I started feeling really, really heavy. My boobies were really heavy. And so I was worried. I was like, something must be wrong. Why are my boobies so heavy? And for some reason, it didn't click to me that I could be pregnant. I thought about all kind of negative stuff. And it's just strange because I am not a negative person. But for some reason, I thought about things like cancer. What could be wrong? Because I'm the type with my period, I have no symptoms. My breasts don't get heavy. I don't feel any pain, nothing whatsoever. It just comes. And it's very irregular. It comes when it wants to come. So I always have to have a pad on me. And so when my breasts were really heavy, I was very, very, very stressed. And every time I would mention to my husband, he would say, oh, you're probably pregnant. But I didn't pay it any mind. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go in to see the doctor. I went in to see the doctor, and I told him I was worried. I don't know what was going on. And he said, did you give the nurses a urine sample? And I said, yes. When he checked, he came back and he said, I have very good news for you. I have 2 of them. And he said, the first one is that you're pregnant. And I was overjoyed. I was ecstatic. I was over the moon. I was so happy. I remember yelling so hard that the nurses came running. And so from there on, and then I don't, honestly, up to this day, I do not remember what the second thing was, because he said it, but I don't remember anymore. Whenever I explain this story, I always tell people I don't remember what the second thing was that he said. And so yeah, just like that, within the first month I got pregnant. So I said all of this to say if you have PCOS and you're trying to get pregnant, the main important thing is you have to get on a healthy lifestyle. You really have to be exercising. You have to be moving. Your body needs to know that you're doing something. You need to be moving, just moving all the time, you know, even if it's 30 minutes out of the day. Just go out, walk around, do whatever you need to do. And you need to watch what you eat. Carbohydrate is not a good friend for us when you have PCOS. I love carbohydrate. That's why I struggle with weight, because I love carbohydrate, and I can't help myself. I eat carbohydrate, and it's bad for me. It's bad for my PCOS. But you know, you can eat carbohydrate, but you have to do it in moderation, and I have an issue with that because I love carbohydrate too much. And more importantly, I think you really need to see your specialist. You need to have very good insurance, and you need to see the doctor. For me, that's what worked. The 2 things that worked for me was putting myself on a weight loss journey, exercising all the time, eating right all the time, and seeing a specialist. Because I know, even though I had worked really hard to lose 48 pounds, if I wasn't going to see the doctor to give me the Clomid, I really honestly don't think I was going to get pregnant. I think I got pregnant because of the previous hard work that I had put into my body, and also because I had the Clomid. And I also really credit the Clear Blue, because I had the clear blue, I was able to look at it with my eyes and it was able to say, yes, you are ovulating. And I was able to tell my husband, come on, buddy, it's time. So listen, just do what you gotta do. Try to lose weight if you're struggling with weight. Even if you're not struggling with weight, try to move as much as you can and try to eat as healthy as you can, and try to see a specialist. So I wanted to show you guys David. He's right behind the camera watching YouTube on my old phone. So let me show you guys David, and then I'm gonna end the video. Hello, look in the camera. Who is that cute boy? Who is that? Who is that? This is the baby I had, even though I have PCOS. But I had this healthy baby. He is smart. He is such a little genius. I'm telling you guys, he is so smart. He has his own little YouTube channel. It's called Learning with Lens David. LENZ-David is his name. That is his first name, and that's the name of his YouTube channel. This is my little handsome prince that I got. I am so excited, guys. I am trying to get pregnant again. I am still struggling to lose all of the weight that I put on with David, because when I was pregnant with David, I put on 64 pounds. And I have been really struggling over the last 2 years. He's 2 years old now. He's 2 years and a month right now. I have been struggling trying to lose weight ever since I had David. So right now, as we speak in this very moment, I am on another weight loss journey because I'm trying to get pregnant again. So I will make more videos of that, and I will share it with you guys. And like I said, please hold me up to it. I'm going to try to post more content on my channel. But yeah, you guys, meet David. David, can you say bye-bye?
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you learned something today. And good luck with your journey trying to have a baby. Even though you have PCOS, it can be done. You just saw my little handsome boy. So, mwah! So much kisses, so much love, so much hopes for you guys. I pray and I hope that it works for you, that you have your little healthy baby as well. Thank you for watching. Bye. Mwah.